I'm not gonna lie, I just realised when you're moving, the base of the piece moves like it's got feet. It's a little disturbing, to be honest. I love this A12.
It's been over a month since my last update and I've got plenty to show you. For any new viewers, I'm developing a Checkmate protocol, which is a chess-themed PvP and co-op shooter. I added game modes and weapons based on what commenters asked for, so let me know if you got any suggestions. While I had multiplayer working last time, it took me a couple weeks of fixing bugs and getting the session logic and replication to a decent standard. Fortunately, I got a solid group of playtesters on Discord.
You were aiming at me, you were looking at me funny. I mean, I don't even need to go that way, I could just take a shortcut.
Yeah, do you want to know something, Bunty?
They were very helpful in agreeing to play the game and let me know about any bugs they encountered, and unfortunately I did forget to record my own microphone during these clips.
I can't respawn. Oh, what's the queen's face? I just looked at it.
I got a trace. Oh, Jacob.
Ben,
I found a bug. You see the spawn? Let's see where I am. Yeah.
Brother, can you stop killing me off spawn?
This right here is Mr. Bad X Piggy, and he is my secret weapon when it comes to finding exploits. You give him any game and he'll find the most filthy, disgusting tryhard strategy there is. He's the kind of guy who somehow manages to find the most overpowered weapons within the first minute of playing.
I literally walk in my room, he's just looking at me with a rocket launcher, killing me.
Oh yeah. Oh, I got death text.
Feel free to join the Discord server if you want to come join us next playtest. As always, the link is in the description. Shooting enemies didn't really feel as responsive as I'd like, even with the hit markers, so I added a damage indicator that pops up. My uncle mentioned that you should be able to shoot the dice or casino chips to regenerate health and ammo. Like me, the game could do with some more interaction, so I drew these designs for the pickups and modelled them in Blender. Pickups that float about in video games are always really satisfying to me, and these ones bring back a lot of nostalgia to old LEGO games that I grew up with. If the casino chips and dice are going to drop these, I need to make them distinct in some way to the other ones which are part of the level art and can't be destroyed. Or maybe I can just add new destructible assets such as chests and barrels. Someone please tell me what to do. The ammo and health pickups are probably quite self-explanatory in what they do, but the blue lightning bolt is going to be for charge, which speeds up ability cooldowns, and the elo is going to be a game currency, or maybe part of a ranking system, not quite sure yet. With the models finished, I imported them into Engine and set up an actor that rotates it slightly each frame, and makes it bob up and down by interpolating between 2 points based on a sine wave, which gives it a natural floating feel. The materials look a bit boring, don't they? So we'll make a custom shader with a streaking pattern that brushes across the surface. A bit of Fresnel adds a nice halo to the edges, and lastly I painted vertex colours to the hard 90-degree edges, which also have a bright sheen. The sound effect plays when picking them up, which was made with these magnets. Actually sounds really annoying, doesn't it? So I reckon I'm going to have to re-record that, I'll do some extra work to it. I'm not really a sound designer by heart, so yeah, something I'm going to have to learn. Let's talk a bit about the UI because I've made some improvements there as well. I got rid of the ugly bright pink UI text and replaced it with this font, which might be a bit too cartoonish. I don't know what you lot reckon. And instead of these default buttons and panels, I created my own 9-slice panel, which means that the corners have this nice rounded bit. It cuts the image into 9 sections and stretches the middle row and column to fit the desired size. Oh, and I made a custom UI material that lets me tweak the colours as parameters, so I can layer different panels over each other. At this point, you'll probably have noticed some additions to the level art and lighting. When it comes to game engines, Unreal has the most features out of the box, like its animation blueprints and multiplayer support, which have been really helpful by the way. But this does mean that it packs a bunch of overhead you don't always need, such as nanite, lumen, world partition, mesh distance fields, and virtual shadow maps, which can enable high levels of graphical fidelity, but have a huge baseline cost. I want this game to be as lightweight as possible, you know? I want it to run on your girlfriend's Chromebook or your dad's laptop, and this requires disabling a lot of these features. And the results have given the game a much better frame rate, while getting rid of these ghosting artifacts caused by lumen. Personally, I don't think there's much of a visual impact. With the rendering cleared up, I tried out a few things for the surrounding level art, and settled on this very dark casino with sharp lights. I put together a modular asset kit in Blender, which I used to model the room the game takes place in. A smart indie developer would have made use of pre-made asset packs to populate the level, but I decided to make everything from scratch. This is for 3 reasons. First off, I have a very distinct art style, and reusing a lot of materials, so finding assets that match would be difficult. Secondly, I'm an environment artist by trade outside of Checkmate protocol, so I really enjoy creating 3D levels. And third, my sheer ego won't allow me to use anyone else's assets. Remember that this map, the House of Cards, is just one of many that will be in the game, so tell me whatever ideas for maps you have. Maybe something a bit more chess related than a casino. For some other assets, we have these cardboard boxes with a few different sizes, which are very helpful because they can be used to fill in large parts of the level. Where I have a design in mind, but I can't think of a real world object you'd find in a casino to fit that shape. Everything looks kind of run down, so perhaps the casino is closing down and moving out. Other assets include this poker table and the stools, which can be fun for platforming. The casino has the world's ugliest carpet, you know, and I wanted something you'd either find in a web of spoons or a chair on a bus, and it was actually designed in Blender. From an outside, these surfaces look quite boring, don't they? So let's add some variation. My shader uses vertex colours to blend in dirt and abrasions, which can be painted onto the level in the editor. You need to add a lot of loop cuts to the model when doing this, so that you have enough vertices to work with. And it looks quite nice, doesn't it? And let's change the colour of some of the boxes as well. With all the assets added, I put the level together. Starting out, we have the underside of the pool table. I'm not really sure what to do with this just yet. Perhaps you lot will give me some ideas. I'm just going to play the game so you can see what it looks like up close. Oh, and by the way, I added some flyover shots when you join the game. So yeah, this pool table is going to unlock soon after the first few waves. I want people to start in quite a small area so they can get used to the controls and everything. And I'm going to have the balls as well, which I think are just running around on the floor right now. I added those a couple of devlogs ago. Now this area here is going to be a location for a boss fight. I set up the AI to jump between these couple box platforms like this. And I think a nice open space like this is quite important after being stuck on a pool table for ages. Then once this section unlocks, we come into this kind of area here, which we found was quite fun for PvP. There are like other sort of offshoots you can go to maybe find pickups or get special items. And this is quite a nice sniping platform. And then there's this kind of zigzaggy platform area underneath the poker table, which is quite dark. And you're going to have to protect the king as he walks up to this side of the poker table. I added some material instances. I thought having a blue felt would be nicer just for a bit of variation. And also I've got this kind of red wood, which I modified. And then there are just some more platforms here, a bit of cover. Maybe I can have a boss fight here in future. And this part of the map is ready to expand. So let me know if you've got any suggestions for parts of the map I can add. That pretty much wraps everything up for this devlog. I appreciate you following my progress. As always, let me know if you have any feedback or requests, and remember to wishlist Checkmate Protocol on Steam. So thanks everyone.